Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.
Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I am Uzma Jafri. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Friday, the 15th of February. India warns Pakistan of strong response for Kashmir attack. Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz Chief Shehbaz Sharif gets bail in 2 corruption cases. And Afghanistan's chief executive claims Taliban leaders based in Pakistan. And now for all the details. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Friday vowed to avenge the deaths of around 40 paramilitary personnel killed in a suicide bomb attack on a military convoy in Jammu and Kashmir province on Thursday. While blaming neighbouring Pakistan, the Prime Minister warned that it cannot weaken India by orchestrating such attacks. The worst attack in decades was claimed by Pakistan-based Jaish-e-Mohammed terror group.
India on Friday promised a strong response to a car bombing in its northern Jammu and Kashmir province that killed around 40 paramilitary personnel and blamed the attack on Pakistan, ratcheting up tensions with its nuclear-armed neighbour. Pakistan-based terror group Jaish-e-Mohammed claimed responsibility soon after a suicide bomber rammed his car laden with explosives into a bus carrying Central Reserve Police Force or CRPF personnel in Pulwama district of Jammu and Kashmir on Thursday. The Indian government said it had incontrovertible evidence of Pakistan's involvement in the attack. India has long accused Pakistan of giving material support to terrorists who mount attacks on Indian soil. Pakistan, however, denies the allegations. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, during an event in New Delhi on Friday, said that the terrorist outfit and their patrons have committed a huge mistake and will have to pay a huge price for this. He said the security forces had been given complete freedom to act against terror.
पूरे विश्व में अलग थलग पड़ चुका हमारा पड़ोसी देश अगर ये समझता है कि जिस तरह के कृत्य वो कर रहा है, जिस तरह की साजिश रच रहा है, उससे भारत में अस्थिरता पैदा करने में सफल हो जाएगा, तो वो ख्वाब हमेशा हमेशा के लिए छोड़ दे. वो कभी ये नहीं कर पाएगा और न कभी ये होने वाला है.
Indian Finance Minister Arun Jaitley said India will take all diplomatic steps to ensure the complete isolation of Pakistan in response to the attack.
The Ministry of External Affairs will initiate all possible steps, and I'm here referring to all possible diplomatic steps which have to be taken to ensure the complete isolation from the international community of Pakistan, of which incontrovertible evidence is available of having a direct hand in this gruesome terrorist incident.
India's Congress Party, while condemned the terror attack, said that all opposition parties stand with the government and the soldiers and that no terror forces can divide India.
This type of violence done against the most valuable, most important Indians who are our soldiers, who are our security forces, is absolutely disgusting. I want to make it very clear that the aim of terrorism is to divide this country, and we are not going to be divided for 1 second, no matter how hard people try.
Meanwhile, massive anti-Pakistan protests rocked different parts of the country on Friday in the wake of the terror attack. Angry protesters across India burnt flags and effigies of Pakistan and raised anti-Pakistan slogans to condemn the attack.
हमारी मांग है कि इस बार पाकिस्तान में एक सर का बदला एक लाख सिर से लेंगे। माननीय देश के हर एक मंत्री को हमारा आह्वान है कि भारत का एक वासी उसके साथ है, पाकिस्तान को उसकी भाषा में जवाब दे, उनके घर में घुस के उनको मारा।
Later on Friday, India's Interior Minister Rajnath Singh, along with Jammu and Kashmir Governor Satyapal Malik and top security officials, paid tributes to the slain personnel in Budgam district in Jammu and Kashmir. The last major attack on Indian armed forces was in 2016 when terrorists raided an Indian army camp in Uri sector and killed 19 soldiers. Tensions with Pakistan rose after New Delhi said the attackers had come from Pakistan to stage the attack.
हमारे सुरक्षा के बलों का हौसला पूरी तरह से बुलंद है और आतंकवाद के खिलाफ हम जो निर्णायक लड़ाई लड़ रहे हैं उसमें हमें कामयाबी मिलेगी और इस हमारी निर्णायक लड़ाई के साथ पूरा देश पूरी ताकत के साथ पूरी मजबूती के साथ खड़ा है और जम्मू कश्मीर की आवाम को भी मैं अपनी तरफ से यकीन दिलाना चाहता हूं कि सीमा पार से आतंक फैलाने वाली जो ताकतें हैं उनके मंसूबों को हम किसी भी सूरत में कामयाब नहीं होने देंगे.
Both India and the US blame Pakistan provides safe haven to terrorist groups and often bring up the fact that the leadership of groups such as Lashkar-e-Toiba, which carried out the gruesome Mumbai attack in 2008, still live freely in Pakistan.
In news from Pakistan, a Pakistani court on Thursday granted bail to Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz President Shehbaz Sharif in 2 corruption cases against him. The leader of opposition in the National Assembly has been in custody since October 5 last year for alleged corruption in a low-cost housing scheme.
A Pakistani court on Thursday granted bail to Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz or PMLN chief Shehbaz Sharif in 2 corruption cases. The Lahore High Court accepted his bail plea and granted him bail in rupees 1,400 crore Ashiana housing scheme and Ramzan sugar mill scam. The leader of the opposition in the National Assembly, Shehbaz Sharif, has been in custody since October 5th last year for interrogation in connection with the low-cost housing scheme case. The National Accountability Bureau or NAB had accused that Sharif in 2014, when he was Chief Minister of Punjab province, illegally cancelled a contract with a construction company and sought to award it to another company for a bribe. Sharif served as the Chief Minister of the politically crucial Punjab province from 2013 to 2018. He became PMLN President after his elder brother, former Premier Nawaz Sharif, was barred from holding the top party position and public post over corruption allegations.
In news from Afghanistan, Afghanistan's Chief Executive Abdullah has said in response to a planned meeting between the Taliban and Pakistan that Islamabad is merely trying to convey the message that the Taliban leaders are not based in Pakistan.
In response to the announcement of a meeting between the Taliban and Pakistan scheduled for February 18, Afghan Chief Executive Abdullah has said Islamabad is merely trying to convey the message that Taliban leaders are not based in Pakistan. Media reports said the Taliban announced on Wednesday that it will attend the meeting on February 18th following a formal invitation from Pakistan, and it will also be attended by the US team led by Special Envoy Zalmay Khalilzad. In reaction to this, Abdullah said by inviting the Taliban, Islamabad wants to prove the group's members are based outside of Pakistan and that they will have to travel there for the meeting.
فکر میکنم که یک کوشش است که نشان بدن که پاکستان خود براعت بده از این که خب نماینده‌های طالبان در بیرون هستن و حال بیان با ما مذاکره میکنن. تمام کلانهای طالبان شوراهایشان در پاکستان است و در اوج فعال است.
Pakistan's role in the peace negotiations is a delicate one, with Islamabad seeking to avoid demonstrating the kind of broad influence over the Taliban that Washington has long accused it of having. The US also accuses Pakistan of providing safe haven and assistance to the insurgent group as a way to preserve influence in neighbouring Afghanistan throughout its more than 17-year-old war.
Acting U.S. Defense Secretary Patrick Shanahan has said that there would be no unilateral troop withdrawal from Afghanistan and any potential withdrawal would be done in a coordinated manner which could calm European concern about a drawdown.
Acting U.S. Defense Secretary Patrick Shanahan on Thursday said the United States will not reduce its troop presence in Afghanistan unilaterally. Addressing the media after his first NATO defense ministerial meeting in Brussels, Shanahan said that any potential troop withdrawal from Afghanistan would be done in a coordinated fashion which could calm European concern about a precipitous drawdown. He said the US-led alliance would work together to increase what he calls diplomatic leverage over the Taliban as the West seeks a political settlement to the 17-year-old conflict in Afghanistan.
There will be no unilateral troop reduction. I mean, that was one of the messages of the meeting today. We'll be coordinated. We're together. President Trump said, this is an opportunity for peace. Let's not let this opportunity be stolen away from us. And so what we talked about was, how do we double down in our support for Afghan national defense and security forces to put even more pressure on the Taliban?
The US troops in Afghanistan are part of a NATO-led mission known as Resolute Support and a US counterterrorism mission largely directed against groups such as Taliban, Islamic State and Al-Qaeda. More than 2,400 US security personnel have died in the 17-year-old war in Afghanistan. There are presently at least 14,000 foreign troops in the country who are engaged in counter-terror as well as train and advise mission for their Afghan counterparts.
Moving on to news from Nepal. Nepal's Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli has claimed that Indo-Nepal relations are at newer heights due to bilateral visits made during his tenure. Oli made the claims while addressing the nation on completing 1 year in office on Thursday.
Nepalese Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli, in an address to his nation on Thursday, claimed Indo-Nepal relation to be at newer heights with bilateral visits made during his tenure. Oli accredited his visit to India and two-time visit to Nepal by the Indian Prime Minister as the factor to strengthen the relation between the two countries. He made the special address on Thursday as he completed 1 year in office, which was formed after three-tier election in the Himalayan nation.
र भारतका प्रधानमन्त्रीको दुई पटकको नेपाल भ्रमणबाट दुई देश बीचको सम्बन्ध नयाँ उचाइमा पुगेको नयाँ गतिका साथ अगाडि बढेको सबैलाई विदितै छ। दुई मुलुक बीचका केही थाती रहेका समस्याहरू समाधान हुँदै गएका छन्। सहयोगमा सञ्चालित आयोजनाहरूको कार्यान्वयनले गति लिएको छ। दुई देश बीच कृषि, रेलमार्ग र अन्तर्देशीय जलमार्गका क्षेत्रमा सहयोग अघि बढाउने सहमति हुनुका साथै थप सहयोगका क्षेत्र विस्तार भएका छन्।
This comes after Nepal last month agreed to establish Energy Bank with India, as per which conjugative nations would supply power to either of the country at the time of necessity. Oli, who was sworn in as the 41st Prime Minister of Nepal in 2018, had earlier said he will promote peace, stability and development in the Himalayan nation. He was expected to boost Nepal's ties with neighbouring India and China from the day he joined office.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. India warns Pakistan of strong response for Kashmir attack. Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz chief Shehbaz Sharif gets bail in 2 corruption cases. And Afghanistan's chief executive claims Taliban leaders based in Pakistan. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time next week. Have a great weekend. Good night.